Good morning everyone. Geoff Smith, Managing Director, SCT. Sincere apologies that I can't deliver this eulogy in person with you today in Queensland. First time I met Kevin 15 years ago in a coffee shop in Browns Plains. I'd been running the SCT business for about 3 years and was interviewing him for a position of State Manager of Queensland. Kev, as everyone would appreciate, had quite a fearsome reputation in the industry. Old school transport guy, very different to me in so many ways. I knew Kevin was the guy we needed before I met him. I knew what I wanted in that person, and people I trusted, including my father, guaranteed he was the right person for the job. Kev had been with K&S for near on 20 years and ultimately with SCT for 15. Testament to his loyalty he had to the organisations that he worked with. At the end of our chit chat at the coffee shop, Kev had one simple question for me. Will you let me make the decisions? Will you let me run the branch? I can't buy a pencil where I am without putting an approval form in. A few more expletives to that sentence. Hands were shook and Kev's life at SCT began. In his time at SCT, Kevin mentored many in our organisation, including myself and the entire team at Bromilton. He instilled great principles for so many in our group. Firm but fair. For me personally, something really unique with Kevin, had an incredible respect. You had to earn it, but deep down, he was a humble, caring man. And like any great leaders, he looked after his people. If I had the opportunity to send my son to learn about transport, to learn about business principles, I would look no further than Kevin. He treated our Bromilton facility as his own. So meticulous, which strangely is more than you could say about the cleanliness of his cars. SCT changed its policies on cars some years ago. No more V8s. Kev was the exception for about 5 or 6 years. Argued people wouldn't respect him in a Kia. He'd lose his manhood. Unfortunately, I quietly agreed with him, so allowed him to win that argument for a number of years. Many people from SCT have fond memories of Kev. Gary Grinter, longtime colleague, remembers Kevin as a man that lived in the fast lane, particularly when it came to driving his cars. A mobile phone in one hand, a burger in the other, steering with his knee, educating his passengers with little consideration for the speed limit. Our operations manager, Ben Pop, said he couldn't have had a better mentor. Ben said Kev would give his close friends the shirt off his back. Never gave advice when it came to money or relationships. He was a handy builder, talented soccer player in his younger days, and loved working for SCT. Tim Fellows, another long-term friend and colleague of Kev's, said he was forever grateful for the opportunities Kevin gave him. He said Kev could be a hard man, particularly when he was fighting for what he believed, or when dealing with someone trying to play him. He also took great interest in everyone's families and how they were progressing through life. When the sad news of Kevin's passing was sent through last weekend, apart from the phone calls, I had many others received a note, went out to all Kevin's management colleagues from our General Manager, Pat Kerrin. Just want to read part of that note. Kevin really epitomised SCT. He was entrepreneurial, he pushed the boundaries, he was hard but fair. He really cared for his people and the business. He was very proud. For me, my last memory of Kevin, we're driving into our Bromilton terminal sometime last year. Kev points to his cattle that he has grazing on our site. 15 cows, and one bull, he says. He disappears in thought for a few moments, no doubt dreaming of being that bull. Cheers to you, Kev. Good on you, mate.